Alright, so the two Megas that are on this team that are available are TTAR and Venusaur. Both of them are pretty viable on their own. The Mega makes them more viable. Togekiss, the basic standard that we've been seeing is that para-flinching Togekiss. It's pretty standard in Ubers. Basically anything outside of Underuse, that's what you're going to see out of Togekiss. Alright, so Marsh Stomp and Lantern, we're pretty much going to have to deal with the same way. Any grass moves that we possibly can. We're going to have to worry a little bit about that Mega Venusaur on this team. Not stupid amounts, but Mega Venusaur does give us a little bit of threat, especially now that we've removed Scissor. The reason we put in Scissor is because I knew that Douglas runs a Mega Venusaur. So I had him in there to deal with Mega Venusaur, and then this is kind of an all-around team. It helps out a little bit, but it still needs work. I don't think that we really need to run Klefki out first. There's no real need to. So we're going to run with the Pokemon that doesn't need a whole lot of speed to be effective, just in case that Togekiss comes out first. So, hello everybody, this is DKG's Avos. I'm kind of expecting to see Togekiss come out, so we've let out with Walrein. Walrein is a nice ice-water Pokemon. Ice moves aplenty. It looks like TTAR is going to come out, nice physical Pokemon, so Walrein not going to be nearly as helpful, especially if there's any sort of rock move coming in. But we will want to clear out that sand stream. So we're going to set up the hail, clear out the sand, make it so that TTAR is not going to help himself out too much. Stealth Rock are going to come up, but it is what it is. We're going to deal with that hail, get our Ice Body going, and hopefully help set up against that TTAR a little bit. Yeah, bring it. Now who's taking damage from weather? Yeah, you, buddy. Alright, TTAR with the leftovers means that he is not the Mega. We do have to worry about the Mega Venusaur more than anything else. Looks like Stone Edge going to hit us pretty hard. Walrein, you're going to be able to survive that. Yes, you are. Fantastic. Avoided Frost Breath? No! Alright, that sucks a lot. But in order to keep Walrein even remotely viable, we are going to have to recover a little bit of HP. Oh, Walrein. Walrein, buddy. Come on. I'm so disappointed. Frost Breath has a guaranteed critical hit. Does 60 base damage, so it's approximately 120, but it does break through any sort of, like, status that you've given or not status, any boost that you've given yourself. So I'm going to go for that Protect, get that Ice Body, and, well, try and regenerate as much HP as possible. I regenerate about a quarter if I use Protect. It's only an eighth every turn, but I'm back up to almost half health, so I'm going to be able to survive another switch into the rocks. But now we have to go into something that's going to be able to be a little more threatening, resist the rocks pretty well, so we're going to go into Trevenant. We've got our Resto Chesto. Yes, he's going to be able to crunch us, but we got to risk it a little bit. Alright, there we go. Unfortunately, that Stone Edge did a little bit more damage to Trevenant than I was hoping for. So this TTAR is pretty heavy hitting. Ugh, God, TTAR. Alright, we're going to have to go for something else. Really, Trevenant, at half health, not going to be able to take the crunch. It's just not worth it. Not at that point. I do run Resto Chesto instead of Citrus, and he's supposed to be a physical wall, and you can see that that did a lot of help. Looks like Dark Pulse, so mixed attacker here. Expecting the crunch, and being as I'm a defensive, bulky Trevenant, I really didn't want to stay in on that anyway. So we're going to throw out the T-Wave, try and get TTAR to kind of switch out, maybe get some Parahax in here. There we go. Anything that comes in, going to take a T-Wave unless it resists it. So if we got a ground type like Swampert, nicely done. Going to be able to resist that pretty well. Now with the threat of a Stab Earthquake, we really don't want to stay in against that. because we don't have our air balloon anymore. It has been popped. Trevenant would be a great option at this point. Should be able to resist that pretty well, but won't be able to take 2 shots from it. So we're going to go ahead and switch into a Azumarill, because Azumarill is not going to take too terribly much to Earthquake, hopefully. Usually pretty bulky with 207 HP. Now we're down to 182, but if we can hit it with some pretty nice power, we'll be alright. Man, these things are hitting a lot harder than I really don't want things to hit this hard, but unfortunately, if you're going to lose a Pokemon, you got to lose one. Taking a switch on something without any flying or without the air balloon anymore, it's a little rough. Trevenant, get in here. Help me out, buddy. Hopefully Trevenant can take this. I think he can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Come on, Resto, Chesto, Trevenant. Help me out, buddy. I should be able to take an Earthquake from him. I should be able to take any sort of water move. I'm going to be able to go for the rest pretty freely at this point and get everything set up pretty well. With Lantern coming out, I'm not terribly worried about Lantern. Lantern being a water electric, neither of those stab moves are really going to affect me too much. If he's got Ice Beam, though, I don't remember exactly what sets Lanterns are going to run, because I haven't played against Lantern in quite a while. So I'm going to go ahead and just assume that I can stay in against it. Could be a little dangerous. Signal Beam. Signal Beam going to be pretty nice, super effective, non-stab. Trevenant's still pretty good. Get some confusion in there. And we're going to hurt ourselves. Good job, Trevenant. Fantastic. We should be able to get a Horn Leech in and recover all this HP back. Eventually breaking through our confusion. We can go for rest and break through it completely, but now that we've got the confusion in there, I feel like Lantern's done basically the job that it needs to do. Snapping out of the confusion immediately. Hopefully we get some of that HP back. Infernape, basically a glass cannon. And we did get a crit hack, so nicely done. Happy to have you on board, Trevenant. Thank you so much for that. Alright, so with Infernape, we really don't want to send out our Porygon. Well, really, we don't want to send out a whole lot. But we're going to see what we're going to be able to do. Porygon 2, not a great choice because of close combat and Infernape's amazing speed. Walrein might have to go by the wayside a little bit. I'd like to keep him alive, though. So, it seems like Walrein's probably going to be the least effective at this point. So, I'm going to have to throw away another Pokemon. It sucks. What's up, Walrein? Sorry, buddy. Focus Blast, huh? Alright. Now, the reason I'm surprised by Infernape using Focus Blast is because he's already a fighting-type Pokemon. So, I kind of expect that he's going to have something like Close Combat. Infernape usually runs with very physical moves, and so seeing Flamethrower and Focus Blast on Infernape, I'm just... it's crazy. It's new. Not something that I'm expecting. Flamethrower is going to do some neutral damage. I'm a special defensive Walrein, so I should be able to survive it. I'm going to get the hail damage off on him. Going to be able to absorb some more HP. Hail's going to hit him pretty hard. Ice Body coming back to me. Going to be pretty happy about that. Get the leftovers. Now, if there's a Flamethrower coming out, then we should be able to survive it. We had about this much HP last time, so hopefully we survive that. Focus Blast, if he hits us with that, that's going to hopefully miss. We're playing our cards a little bit. Oh, Acrobatics. That's going to hurt. Oh, thank you, Walrein. Alright, so we're going to regenerate most of that HP back from Ice Body and the leftovers. Alright, and we're basically back to the same point that we were. Fantastic. Alright, TTAR against Walrein. We already know that we don't like that. Oh, that Sandstream. What a jerk. What a freaking jerk. Walrein's not going to be able to do anything from here, unfortunately. If Stone Edge misses, then we're going to be okay, but it's not going to, because RNG doesn't like me that much. It likes me sometimes. It likes it when I'm playing the Parafusion luck, but outside of that, not so much. We haven't seen much out of TTAR. We've seen Dark Pulse, we've seen Stone Edge, and we've seen Stealth Rock, so we don't have to worry about too much from him. Dark Pulse on Trevenant might be a little crazy. I really don't want to deal with that. Stone Edge really not going to hurt Nidoking too much, so maybe we'll be okay with this. I'd like to have a fighting move to come into, but I'd like to be able to also resist the sand. So I feel like we're going to be okay with this. He's a rock dark Pokemon, so we're going to go for Earthquake and see what we can do with that. Earthquake not going to do anything. Ice Beam would have been far better. So the nice thing is that if he's going for Air Slash, he's going to have the chance to flinch us there, but we should be able to break through it pretty well. Oh, he's slower than us. A slow Togekiss. That's nuts. Psychic a little unusual. Take it, Togekiss. Alright, now at this point I really don't want to switch out Nidoking, because he's not going to be faster than much else. Air Slash didn't go first. I knew that he wasn't going to be able to paralyze Nidoking, but I was not expecting Psychic. Normally you're going to see like T-Wave and Air Slash. You might see a Body Slam back in the days where that was a stab move. So he gave him the same type attack bonus, but now I usually see like Dazzling Gleam on Togekiss, so I was not expecting to see Psychic, but I do like it, especially in this case. Now with Venusaur, Venusaur is going to outspeed Nidoking every time. So we either have to set up Nidoking or set up Venusaur so that Nidoking can come back in, but he's got the Earth Power, and that's about it. Stab Earth Power, that's going to be super effective. Might be able to do something, but our best move here is really going for Klefki and trying to set up. That's really the best shot I got. Because I can't go into Trevenant. I can't go into any of my water Pokemon. And I really... Oh, whoa. This is all sorts of crazy moves today. I'm coming in expecting there's going to be some sort of special attacking move on Venusaur. He's rocking out Earthquake. I'm expecting to see physical moves on Infernape, and he's rolling with not physical moves on the Infernape. Like, all right, man. All right, so now we've got him paralyzed. We've got him confused as long as Swagger hits. It's going to reduce his ability to attack, so we feel pretty safe keeping Klefki out here. Yes, that Earthquake did a lot of damage. That's not something that we want to have all the time. Confuse. Still hits the Earthquake. Unfortunate for Klefki. Sorry, buddy. No RNG hacks for you. Would have really liked to get some foul play in there, but now that we've got Venusaur set up, we're going to be able to go out with Nidoking again. We've got our Earth Power. We knew that Nidoking was going to barely survive from those stones, but Earth Power against Venusaur should be pretty effective. He's confused and paralyzed, so it's going to reduce his ability to attack. So we'll see how much we can really do. We do have Swampert still around. I don't know. I don't think we dealt with Infernape. We might have. But at this point, we don't have a whole lot of utility with Nidoking, just because anything else that happens to Nidoking, if we tried to switch him in again, I think he's going to be pretty much dead. Pretty much. It might be close. What is it? He's got like 188 health. Let me grab a calculator real quick. I don't even know. I think that might be dead. Switching him in might just kill him, but I guess we're going to find out. We will find out. Alright, how much health is on Nidoking? 188 divided by 16 is 11.75, so he's barely going to be alive. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the rest here on Trevenant. Restore as much HP as possible. I don't know if I got the harvest on that Chesto Berry. I think I did. I hope I did. But I wasn't paying attention. There it is. Resto, Chesto with Harvest. Fantastic. Recover all that HP back. Now we're going to go for the Horn Leech because there's not a whole lot that Swampert's really going to be able to do. We're not going to recover a lot of HP because he doesn't have a whole lot to give us, but we're going to recover all of it. Resto, Chesto, Trevenant. Physical Wall helps us out in this case. Yes, special defensive walls can be better against a very special attack heavy team, but normally I'm running with Walrein, which is a special attack defender, and then I've got our Trevenant, which is our physical defender, and just takes shots like you wouldn't believe. What's up, TTAR? TTAR is going to come out here. He is a Rock Dark Pokemon. We do have to worry about that Dark Pulse, but at this point, I can't switch in Nidoking against TTAR straight away. The only other two Pokemon that we really have, we've got the Venusaur that we want to wait for Nidoking. What's the other Pokemon that we got to worry about? There's a third Pokemon in there that I can't think of right now, but Porygon might be able to help us out. So I'm going to keep Trevenant in here, hoping, absolutely hoping that he can take at least 2 Dark Pulses. Because I know that he's going to have to eat that in the face. And it looks like the answer is no. And he flinched. Oh, that sucks. Trevenant, why? Why must you flinch? You needed that Horn Leech. Flinch Hex? Now, on TTAR, I really would prefer having TTAR run Crunch. Or even Bite over Dark Pulse. It just seems like a better set, but it did kill my Trevenant, so there's not a whole lot to say. Alright, what are you downloading? Special Attack. Love it. Alright, so we've got Tri-Attack that we could try and get some hacks on. We've got Signal Beam that's super effective. We haven't really done anything to this TTAR, so we have no idea if he's a special defensive bulky or defensive bulky. All we know is that he's got leftovers. So, I don't know. I'm going to go for the risk, go for the Tri-Attack. Go for the risk, go for the Tri-Attack. We're going to see what we can do here. Outrage, not going to do that much against our Eviolite Porygon, thankfully. But Tri-Attack not getting there either. Oh man, that sucks. We're going to go for the Recover here. Prove that our Porygon 2 is absolutely 100% the bulky Pokemon that we want it to be. Get there. Yes, we're taking sand damage, but it should fade away fairly soon, so hopefully it's the next shot. And he hasn't confused himself, so we know that Outrage is coming one more turn. So we're going to use Recover one more time. Now that he is confused, I don't think that TTAR necessarily is going to want to stay in. Sandstorm finally subsides, so we're happy with that. And we're going to go for Signal Beam on our Porygon. We could go for T-Bolt. Let's go for the T-Bolt. T-Bolt's not super effective, but it has a chance to paralyze. It's a greater chance on T-Bolt to paralyze than it is on Tri-Attack. What's up, Lantern? Volt Absorb. Oh, no. Nice switch. Alright, so Lantern can't be paralyzed just because, I mean, he's an electric Pokemon. So we're not going to get Tri-Attack Paralysis on him. At least I don't think it'll happen with Tri-Attack Paralysis. He might get burned, might get frozen. Let's see how well we're going to be able to absorb this. Not bad, Porygon. Eviolite really coming in handy over there. Glad to see it. I am a little worried about that TTAR, though. I don't know if we're going to be able to stall him out long enough. He came out right, or he left play right as the sand was ending. So now when he comes in, he's going to be able to put the sand back up. He's also recovered from his confusion because he switched out. Venusaur with that Earthquake as a physical attacker really confuses me, but Signal Beam it is. We're going to see what's going on. Mega Venusaur is a really bulky Pokemon, has a lot of natural bulk. Got that Paralysis, which is really nice. RNG finally coming in our favor. Had to happen eventually, though. Signal Beam is going to be super effective. With Thick Fat on Mega Venusaur, he actually takes neutral damage. Ice and Fire moves. Alright, so we can either go for Signal Beam and try and clear out that Venusaur in this turn, or we can go for Recover, try and max out our HP for when TTAR comes back in. We should have enough PP on Porygon that we don't have to worry about it too much. And I think that we should be good with Porygon now. That amount of HP, I'm not too worried about TTAR, and then clear out Mega Venusaur because he is a bit of a threat and really annoying with that Petal Dance. Mega Venusaur is a threat. It's something that we do have to worry about always, every time. Pretty bulky. I run a bold-natured mixed attacker, and he just crushes through people. Alright, so Porygon, at this point, I'm going to try and go for that Recover one more time, because I know that that next shot's going to take me below half. Stone Edge has a really good chance of critting, so I'm worried about that. Did about half the HP that we had left, so we might be able to survive another... I'm really hoping that we survive 2 Stone Edges at this point, or Stone Edge misses on one of those shots. Now we're going to go for the T-Bolt, try and get that Parahax. If we go for Tri-Attack and we hope for that burn, then, I mean, it reduces attack stat, but I really want to slow him down more than anything else. That way we don't have to worry about the next shot that he's going to have flinching us. Next shot he has doing crit on us, because we're going to be able to restore our HP before he has the chance to do so. Now we're going to go into Signal Beam. Maybe get some Confuse on, maybe get some something going. Get that super effective damage. Dark Pulse going to come out. Now we're going to be able to recover. And the reason I'm going for the Recover here is that I don't want to put anything into chance. If we get a minimum damage or something, yes, he's going to be able to recover a little bit more with leftovers. But if I've got 6 more recovers left, I can stall this TTAR out, make sure that he's not going to get some crits, some crazy, crazy crits on us, or anything like that. He might have run out of PP on that Stone Edge. He did use quite a few of those, but that was probably his biggest hit on Porygon. Just because Porygon... it's a stab move. It's really powerful. It's got a chance to crit. Maybe he's banking one back, trying to lull us into a false sense of security here, but we do have one more Pokemon backed up. And there's TTAR finally getting cleared out by the Porygon 2. Porygon 2, thank you. I think we had Nidoking left. Nidoking was the last Pokemon that we had left. With a paralyzed TTAR, we were going to be able to outspeed him. That was the other reason that I wanted to bring Nidoking, like, save Nidoking back and paralyze more than burn. Because I wanted to make sure that Nidoking could outspeed him too. And then we would have been able to go in with Earth Power, which is a nice stab, which takes advantage of both Life Orb and Sheer Force. And, I mean, Paralysis was just the absolute necessity that we had to have on TTAR to make sure that we won that. And we knew, because we already did that little calculation, that we were going to survive with Nidoking on the rocks, so GG. Good game.